A young Elon Musk is standing in a tiny office, staring at a computer screen like it just insulted his family. The room is cramped, the walls are plain, the air feels expensive and broke at the same time. He is in the middle of building a company and the bills are already chasing him. You know that feeling when your dream is wearing shoes that are too small? That was him. He was not some smooth movie genius with dramatic music following him around. He was a kid from South Africa who read too much, slept too little, and looked like he was permanently late for something. Then he did the classic crazy thing. He moved to America. Of course he did. Because if you are going to make your life difficult, you might as well do it in a bigger market. He starts with software. Then he starts again. Then again. He builds Zip2, sells it, and gets money. Most people would buy a mansion and a boat and one of those giant TVs that makes your living room look like an airport. He does not. He takes the money and walks straight into the next fire. Why? Because the first win does something dangerous. It makes you think the next win should be easy. And that is where people get slapped by reality. Elon buys a seat at the table of the future. He goes into rockets. Rockets, not sandwiches, not apps. Rockets that explode in the sky like angry metal fireworks. People look at him like he has lost a bet with the universe. And then the first launches fail. Boom, boom, boom. He is standing there watching expensive science turn into orange dust. That is not a business problem. That is a front row seat to humiliation. Most people would quit after the third explosion. Most people would hear one engine cough and run home to fold laundry. But he keeps going. He reads. He argues. He rewires things. He keeps showing up to the same dusty places with the same tired face. And that is the first secret. He does not fall in love with looking smart. He falls in love with the thing itself, the car, the rocket, the problem. Then the money gets tight, very tight. The kind of tight where every number on the page feels like a threat. He is splitting his time, splitting his attention, splitting his sanity, like a man trying to carry 3 refrigerators up a staircase. Tesla is bleeding cash. SpaceX is bleeding cash. The bills are not knocking. They are kicking the door. And here comes the part where the story should end. Problem solved, right? Wrong. In 2008, everything is on fire at once. Tesla is in trouble. SpaceX is in trouble. His marriage is collapsing. His calendar probably looks like a police sketch. And then the rocket fails again. That is the moment where most people make the deal with reality. They say, fine, I will have a normal life. I will sell insurance. I will become a man who owns beige furniture. But Elon keeps staring at the wreckage like it is a puzzle he hates personally. Then one launch works. Just one. Not perfect, not glamorous, just working. A small metal thing climbs into space and does not explode. You can almost hear him breathe again, and that single win changes everything. Now the money flows. Now the teams stay. Now the skeptics start checking their phones a little too often. Funny how that works. One day, you are the joke. The next day, you are the guy. Everyone is suddenly very busy around. Then Tesla gets its own miracle. The Roadster shows up. Electric cars used to feel like a compromise, like a bicycle wearing a suit. Slow, weird, embarrassing. Elon makes it feel like a status symbol. He makes the future look cooler than the present. That is not a small trick. That is sorcery with spreadsheets. And once people believe the future can be stylish, the whole game changes. But he does not stop. He never stops. That is the part that scares people. He wants the reusable rocket. He wants the electric car. He wants the battery system. He wants the tunnel. He wants the internet in the sky. He wants the whole menu. And if the menu is not long enough, he starts drawing on the napkin. Most people think focus means saying no. He seems to think focus means holding 10 broken chainsaws and still walking forward. Now, is he a genius? Sure. Sometimes. Is he lucky? Absolutely. Is he also relentless in a way that makes normal humans look like they are taking a nap in a hammock? Yes, that is the real story. He treats failure like a receipt, not a verdict. He looks at disaster and asks, what did it cost? And what do I do next? That is a brutal question. It is also a useful one. And here is the part people miss. Winning does not always come from being calmer. It often comes from being more willing to stand in the same burning room longer than everyone else. That is not glamorous. It is not adorable. It is definitely not good for your blood pressure, but it works. Elon keeps winning because he keeps paying the price most people dodge. He pays with sleep. He pays with comfort. He pays with embarrassment. He pays with 1,000 bad days in a row. And every time the world says this is impossible, he walks back into the room and starts taking things apart again. So the lesson is not to become Elon Musk. Please do not try to become Elon Musk. The lesson is simpler. Pick a hard thing. Stay with it after the applause disappears. Keep building when it gets awkward. Keep going when the first version looks like junk, because the people who keep winning are usually the ones who do not leave when the room catches fire. If this story hit you, stick around for the next one.